All right, guys, this is going to be a really fun video. So, I'm making this because I've talked about this on stream, and really the question is if you guys saw what happened with Boeing, it won't drop. It won't drop below a certain level. The other day, the news came out, US banned it, and people are confused by this. And really, some people want to put on their tinfoil hats and complain conspiracy. Some people say Boeing is too big to fail, and it's this government controlling all this. And then even my favorite, people are saying this move is based on technicals and your charts and lines. And well, I have real financial proof for you guys. I'm going to show you. I'm going to get straight to the point with it, and you will see why it will not drop below 374. This is what I speculated on stream, and it's literally in Boeing's filing. So before I get to this, I'm going to explain a little bit. I am going to make it short and sweet to show you guys. Well, here, actually, I'll show you. Average price paid per share for Boeing. Is it a coincidence? 374? No. So I'm going to show you this and some of the other stuff I discovered reading the filing. And this is a big point I want to make of education and understanding that. And, a lot of people want to go, like I said, technicals or conspiracy. It's easy to jump to conclusions. People want to even change the system, but you just got to understand the system, know how it works. It's literally there. That's how a public market is. I'm a pure capitalist at heart, and I love it, honestly, because if you take the time to do it and educate yourself, it will take you a long way. These moves are not, I say it in the stock trading course, it's literally, you have to understand there's equal and opposite reactions. Nothing is just happening for no reason, and, reasons based off of speculation. Well, back it up with evidence, but let's get to it. It's very simple. And thumbs up the video so you could get recommended this type of content. And if you like it and if you learn something new, which I think a lot of you will, and I'll show you how I got to here. And, I'll show you some little tricks I use. But this is the Boeing 10K. This is their financial statement for the year that they released. And thankfully, it was just recently because we get to see what happened. But take a look. Issuer purchases of equity securities. It's literally saying how much purchases of issuer purchases, the issuer is Boeing, and how much purchases they've made of their own stock. That's what this is pretty much saying. And literally, you can see the footnotes right here. Total number of shares purchased. We purchased the aggregate of 1.56 million shares of our common stock in the open market. That's what they do with these buybacks, pursuant to our repurchase plan, and 28,000 shares transferred to employees, yada, yada, yada. And pretty much you guys see here, average price per share is 374. And guess what? The next level I'd be aware for, there's no technicals involved, is watch this 334. And I'm going to go through, I wanted to show you guys this quick. I'm going to go through their other filings and just start ripping this apart and seeing where the average is. But even if you scroll up, we could get an idea. And really, they spend about $9 billion a year. That's kind of been their thing. So again, let's take a look what it is, because here's the best part that identifies why it's not going here. From the beginning of December in 2018 through, the first month of December, this was their first buyback in 2018. They bought 4.2 billion shares or 4.2 million shares. And, no, this isn't in millions. This is literally, wait, is it? No, wow, they only bought 4,200 shares at an aggregate price at 328. Then they bought, the month before that, they got here, but in October, this is the main one that they bought them at. They bought them at 374 a share. This is the biggest one, so it makes sense why they're defending this level, because my theory is they simply they have another $9 billion. They're defending it during this moment. You don't want investors to panic, and it makes sense. The stock is at literally, and this isn't a conspiracy again when I'm saying defend it or not, because at the end of the day, a real smart business move, you were just valued at $440 a share. This is at least a better price. And then again, if the buying pressure, the selling pressure resumes, they're going to let it go and they're going to start repurchasing at the other levels, and then we could go see. But you pull up the 10K, you could do this. If you guys want to find this and go through it, just go Command F. If you're on Google Chrome, it's literally the search function, and just put repurchase. I just put repur, and it got me there. So that's the basis of all this. You get to see it, quite simple. And then let's go back down, and I'm going to show you some of their other financial risks that they talk about, but you get to see what they were doing. It's saying cash used by financing activities. It's saying how much they use, but you get to see, there it is. So during 2018 and 2017, they repurchased 26 million and 46 million shares, totaling 9 billion and 9.2 on our open market share program. They transferred some to employees, but an amount under, so total 20 billion. So again, they do this most of the time, I'll show you guys. We're gonna get to as it go down, but here it is. I believe. No, this is just the year end. So you get to see they spent $9 billion. You get to see the change from the years, and literally, this is what I'm saying is that it went from 7 billion to 9 billion to 9 billion. So this is 16, 17, and 18. So they have $9 billion, and probably they might approve more. They'll have to do that at a later date, but essentially they got a bank account to buy it, and it's designated for some of these purchases. So here it is. It's showing you 2016, 2017 as it goes down, and you get to see how many that they bought. They bought $7 billion taken from their treasury. Again, that was 2016. 2017, it's the same. It's literally showing you now through the balance sheet. But yeah, that's pretty much I think all of them right there. But we could go through. Yeah. So you could see, I think they have repurchase. I think they allocated. I'm going to go see how much they did. But essentially now, let me take you back to the next part. That is something I'm also investigating here. It is going to be the risk factors. So there's a few risk factors that stood out to me. I'm going to actually start from the bottom here. Where is it? First, let's go with right here. Our insurance. We are exposed to our insurance coverage may be adequate to cover all significant risk exposures. We are exposed to liabilities that are unique to the products and services we provide. We maintain insurance for certain risks, and in some circumstances, we may receive indemnification from the U.S. government. This pretty much means that the government can't hold them liable, the U.S. government, and this is where it gets a little juicy. The amount of our insurance coverage may not cover all claims or liabilities, and we may be forced to bear substantial costs. For example, and actually before I begin, every company has risk factors, and they say it may sound crazy. It doesn't mean there's a real threats, but as a public company, this is what I mean, part of the system and a good business. If you guys ever wanted to invest in any company, even not public, you would want that company and management to be aware of all potential things that could go wrong. And as a shareholder, you are entitled to know that. And again, you could even say it's negligence to a degree if a company isn't understanding their full risks, or they're not disclosing risks that they knew were there. For example, liabilities arising from the use of certain our products, such as aircraft tech, that's the issue we had with the 747 MAX, missile systems, border security, anti-terrorism, and or traffic management may not be insurable on commercially reasonable terms. Again, commercially reasonable is the key here, which, things go down. Again, it's the nature of their products. However, here's where it gets good. While some of these products are shielded from liability with the U.S. Under Safety Act and the 2002 Homeland Security Act, no such protection is available outside the U.S., potentially resulting in significant liabilities. The amount of insurance coverage we maintain may be inadequate to cover these or other claims or liabilities. So the issue we're having, nothing happened in the U.S., and it kind of would make sense why the U.S. was the last one. Boeing's insured, but these guys, there's no insurance for anything outside of the U.S., so this is the risk with what's going on. Next one is, here it is. A significant portion of our customer financing portfolio is concentrated among certain customers and in certain types of Boeing aircraft, which exposes us to concentration risks. Now, I started looking at this because it said certain types of aircraft. Some companies are like this. A lot of companies have this in their risk factors. If they have a big portion coming from a few clients or, again, a certain product. And again, I know they have a lot, and I wanted to see if, our good old 747-8 or the MAX 8 came up, and it says, it pretty much is a significant, whatever. They all have it, a lot of people, but here's where it gets good. Our portfolio is also concentrated by varying degrees across Boeing aircraft product types, most notably 717 and 747-8 aircraft. That's the one that went down. And amongst the customers that we believe have less than investment credit grade, so pretty much, if anything happened, if the types of aircrafts are concentrated in our portfolio suffer greater than expected declines in value, our earnings, cash flows, and financial position could be materially adversely affected. Again, materially affected. You guys have heard that on the stream. Let's go up. Where does it get even better? Here it is. We derive a significant portion of our revenue from non-U.S. sales and are subject to the risks of doing business in other countries. In 2018, non-U.S. customers, which includes FMS, accounted for approximately 56% of our revenues. We expect that non-U.S. sales will continue to account for a significant portion of revenue. So again, they don't have insurance on that, and these are where all of the issues are happening. So you guys could read and go through that. There's that, and I think that's pretty much the last one. I believe that's it. So yeah, that was pretty much it. And you guys could kind of see how this all plays out. And one thing, Boeing did, they were supposed to release a plane yesterday or today, I believe, and they didn't. And there's some other stuff talking about, how there depends on maintaining healthy production and stuff like that, and how they're spending a lot of money on these planes. So that's money down the drain. And that's the issue. So is Boeing too big to fail? No. I think this is the first step. People think when something goes down, and again, I'm not saying Boeing is going to go down. I do actually love the stock. So I'm doing this so you guys are aware, and I want to clear the air so people aren't like, so you guys could learn from this and you don't think this is like some crazy conspiracy, when it's just stuff you could actually pick up and learn and understand the process. I keep saying digestion, the Korean barbecue strategy. This is how any event gets digested. Even politics, look at Brexit. Brexit had a huge reaction and it takes 2 years. Anytime, there's no such thing as anything going straight up or straight down. There's always steps and stages, and them utilizing their treasury to buy back, which they've already authorized, you could see. And now we know the levels, 374 and 330. We could go back and see through the other filings where they purchased it. And you could go just to nasdaq.com, enter in Boeing, and then go through the filings here. And you could just click through and go to the 10Ks. It'll summarize it for you. And then, like I said, Control F, Command F, whatever you use, Mac or PC, and just search repurchase and you'll find it. But let's get educated about this, So I'll leave it at that. Share this with your friends, show this to somebody whoever says, okay, yeah, it's a conspiracy, whatever. Or if they're saying technicals and this and that, there's all sorts of explanations, but, I'll take the one in the filing. I'll take the one that makes this doesn't, I don't think this is making any leaps. So I'll leave it at that. And also make sure you guys check us out on the live stream. We've been playing this. We've had awesome luck with it. Awesome luck with the play. Again, it was a horrible event. So it's not as if you guys, don't ever get happy about that. That's what I'm saying. So it was still documenting this. We got to document the whole process and different plays on it. So come on stream. We're live every day. The market is open Monday through Friday. 30 minutes to open is when we start live, and we've been going to like power hour close. So hopefully I see you guys there. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Give me your comments and feedback. Who got their mind blown right here? So next thing I'm going to be looking at is the Brexit and the EU Constitution, to get you guys some more info on Brexit and what's going on the next stages. So I love y'all. Peace out. I'll see you tomorrow.